I kind of want to talk about this because for me, I need to release this information. I need to put it out there. I need to not be afraid to talk about it because in order to move on, you have to get over it, And I don't know if I fully am over it. So yesterday we talked about vision boards, right? Yeah. And how I think they're magical. And my vision board last year, my 2017 vision board, I was just like, oh my gosh, like I really put my mind to it. When I made that vision board, like I created, my vision became a reality in some sense. So on the left side, I had my work stuff, like, I wanted to move up and I did. Mm-hmm. On the right side, I decided in December, I was like, 2017 is going to be the year that I want to start focusing on babies, think about it, have that discussion with my husband, right? I focused on it and I didn't know it at the time, but I was pregnant. So this is where it gets hard.
It's okay. You got this.
I know. It was so perfect too. So January of 2017, I found out I was pregnant. I actually found out that I was pregnant the day of the Women's March. And if you know me, and like obviously I stand for all of that. I was out there marching. It was like such the perfect day. It was
such a good story.
What? I found out I'm I'm pregnant on this day. Like it's the perfect day, and this is exactly why I'm marching for. Like I was already like for my future babies.
Yeah.
It was amazing. It was a beautiful day.
And obviously your husband's excited.
Of course, yeah. And we didn't know. We weren't ready.
You were actively trying, you know what I mean?
Kind of trying. Okay. Kind of. Like we weren't
it was
going for it like we are now.
Miss,
yeah.
For lack of a better term.
It's totally. And so but like we were ecstatic, And so so I found out I was pregnant in January, and it was still very early. I knew that, and I had a doctor's appointment scheduled for February 2nd. And so if you don't know, like it takes a while, like to see the doctor for a pregnancy, like you have to wait like 8 weeks or something. So I had already had one scheduled magically. And so I was like, this is perfect. I can, confirm this with a doctor.
All the ducks are around.
Everything was aligned. It was crazy. Mm-hmm. Hadn't told my family yet because I didn't want to get them excited yet. I was like, let me just wait to get to this doctor's appointment to just talk to the doctor. And then, so February 2nd came, and the first at night, I was just feeling some cramping and I didn't know. And I'm Googling, like, is this normal? And some say it's normal. Some say it depends, so I'm just trying to be positive. But like something in me was just like, something's not right. Something's not right. So I wake up February 2nd. Of course, it's not good. Luckily, I have my doctor's appointment. How did that happen though? Like I was already feeling bad. So I had this doctor's appointment scheduled already. I go to the doctor's appointment and they did confirm that I was having a miscarriage.
Oh no.
So it was horrible. It was like I didn't even get a chance to tell my family. Like obviously we weren't like super planning that, but we were like that's how we knew we wanted it. Like that's when I found out that I had a miscarriage. That's how I knew. I was like, I want a baby. And my husband too, he was like, I didn't even know for sure if I wanted one at this moment, but when I found out that you're pregnant and then when I found out that you had a miscarriage, like I knew for sure.
So mentally your guys' forecast has changed, your life forecast. You were just like, we're going to be parents.
Exactly. And we were excited.
And it was the perfect story. Everything lined up. You're married. You're doing it the right way. And it wasn't like you had to tell your parents like, hey, we accidentally got pregnant. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, no, it was nice. Wow. It was really nice. So that happened. I had a miscarriage, and it was devastating, as it is for all women. And I totally get it. It was my first one, and hopefully my first only. But
that's a lot of weight to carry around. So congratulations, or not congratulations, but big ups to you.
No,
big props.
I get it.
To walk around trying to stay focused and keep your game face on at work.
It was hard,
with this job.
Sonic. Yeah.
So I congratulate you and respect you for that. Because I had no idea,
Well, and not just me. I mean, I did tell, of course, my family and friends that I'm close to. And this is actually so much more common than people think. And a lot of people hold this in, you know what I mean? And they think something's wrong with them. Because I did. I was just blaming myself immediately. You know what I mean? Like, what did I do? What did I not do? It was just, I just immediately felt like this huge guilt on me. And only
sucks.
me.
I would never think of that.
I know. And most women feel that way. And once I talk to more people, I realize that this is a lot more common than people think, and it's normal, and there's a reason that this happened. You know what I mean? So it felt good knowing that.
I mean, I'm obviously not in your position. I'm not a woman, but if you hold that worry and guilt with you, then it probably would make it harder and more complicated to get pregnant and keep your, your health up to
Absolutely.
conceive.
The one thing that I will say is that it brought on a lot of fear and hesitation, right? So it kind of ruined the baby making process for me in 2017. I was just like really bummed.
Yeah.
Obviously, like, my job was like taking up most of my time. I was just like, I don't even want to try. I don't want to like go through that again. But when you fear, then it doesn't happen. Like, you know what I mean? I cannot fear that anymore. I can't hide it. I can't, worry about that, because if I do, it's going to block my whole vision of wanting a baby. Yeah. So that's why it's been such a big deal for me to reclaim that vision again and say, like, I want a baby. You know what I mean? This is the year it's going to happen for me. I've been so scared to say that. And that's why every time I do say it, it's very scary for me.
So hopefully you feel better and it puts that behind you.
I kind of do, yeah.
I understand where you're coming from with that. You have to address it to move on. So
absolutely. And I'm not one to like keep it secret from anybody. You know what I mean? Like I'm not super open with everybody, but like this is common. I need other women to know that it's okay, and I want them to tell me that it's okay, and I want to be very open and honest about this trying to conceive journey that I'm on.
Well, also props to you for that, because I guess it is, more common than people think, and you definitely aren't alone, so maybe you can find a couple people that...
Oh, yeah. No, I've talked to a lot of people,
okay.
but it doesn't... It helps every time I meet more people, you know what I mean? It makes me feel so much better. Okay, I can continue this journey, and it's going to be okay, and I know it's going to be okay, but it still was a hard thing to talk about. Like, like almost a year later, it was still so hard to talk about.
I love that you put, exactly. I love that you put it on the vision board.
It's there.
It's for
there.
You and JJ.
Thank you.
Little mystical tears on the way, hopefully 2018. You know what I mean?
We'll see.
There you go.